So this is the series which we are starting, which is related to net set examination. Okay, so the exams which are coming in next few months, so you have to prepare yourself for such exams. So paper 1 and paper 2, I have already discussed the syllabus on the same channel. You can refer it, so you will get an idea about how you have to study and which topic you should study. Okay, so as per that I am coming with this series, starting with teaching aptitude, which is first topic of paper 1. Okay, so without wasting further time, let's start with teaching aptitude. So first of all, what is mean by teaching as per your knowledge? So you know that teaching means uh, giving out your knowledge, okay, your expertise to those who are in need. Okay, so teaching is always giving, which contributes to the overall development and educational development of the society. So see, what is the technical definition by APJ Abdul Kalam? Teaching is very noble profession that shapes the character, caliber and future of an individual. Obviously, character, caliber and future is depends on the education he has gathered. Okay, so whatever he gathered in his overall academic years, so that shapes his character, that shapes his personality. Okay, and which creates the person's future. After that, G.K. Chesterton, education is simply the soul of society as it passes from one generation to another. Okay, today we are seeing that there are lots of schools, colleges are there to provide educational service. But if we see in initial years, if we see the history, there was not any such type of educational institutions. Okay, so this type of education is coming from generation to generation. Okay, so that's why the main aim of education or teaching is to transfer the knowledge to next generation to make our society a better place. Whatever is good, whatever is beneficial for all, that should be communicated to the people or whoever in need. Teacher is facilitator, means who is the provider of the knowledge, and learning is the final outcome, means the students who learns the teachings of the teacher in the teaching process, that is the outcome of the learning. Now moving towards major approaches in education sector, which are those approaches. So now if we see the idealism approach, this describes the spirituality of a person. Okay, it is related to mind and self. Okay, because it says that the universal mind or God is central in understanding of the world. Okay, so this approach gives us the spiritual perspective that behind every knowledge, spirit and creation there is a source. Okay, powerful source, that is God. Okay, after that move, so this approach is given by Froebel, Kant, Plato, Swami Dayananda and Vivekananda, and last one is Sri Aurobindo, right? So this approach is given by these proponents. After that, moving towards naturalism. Now what naturalism is saying? So this represents the entire reality, that means the natural matter, natural force and natural laws. Okay, so our senses are the gateway to knowledge, and nature is the source of all knowledge. This this approach giving focus to the nature, okay, as idealism gives focus to the god, naturalism gives the focus to the nature. And our educative process must be pleasurable and set in natural surroundings, so that we will grasp the knowledge easily and with efficiency. Okay, so the main protagonists of this approach are Tagore, Rousseau, and Herbert Spencer. Okay, got it. Further, if we move towards pragmatism, it is focus on utility. Okay, its focus is on utility. Whatever is useful is good, and whatever is good is useful. Okay, so this depends on world of facts and focuses on activity. That means it is the practical approach. It depends on activity or doing. Okay, so this approach suggests that human is active being, and he should have to be actively and productively engage in different types of activities. Okay, so the proponent of these approach are John Dewey, Kilpatrick, Mead. Okay, so these are the proponents of this approach. Now we are moving toward the approach that is constructivism. So as the name suggests, it shows that constructivism, that means constructs knowledge, which constructs the knowledge. That means this approach explores the knowledge. Okay, so constructs means whatever knowledge we gather, always there is a scope for development. So that is developmental stages for knowledge organization. Okay, so whatever learning involves active processing of information that each individual activity organizes. Okay, and constructs the knowledge for itself, means whatever experiments we do, whatever knowledge we gather, there is a chances of processing of information. Okay, and by that processing we can come towards different results and different type of knowledge. Okay, the proponents of this approach are Jean Piaget and J.S. Brunner. I hope you got this approach. Now next is humanism. So the proponents of this approach are Carl Rogers and Abraham Maslow. Okay, you know Maslow very well. Okay, we studied him in economics lot of time. So humanism is reasonable life balance in life and regards humans as the center. Okay, so human is the center of all the activities. Okay, it believes that interest and welfare of all human beings, means humanism focuses on the well-being of people. Okay, well-being and welfare of the people. Okay, so life of human being should be transformed so that welfare of all becomes the goal. Okay, so that he will realize his self, means he will come to the stage of self realization. Okay, he enjoys the stage of self realization if his life has been developed. So what does humanism involves? This involves cooperation, mutual tolerance, and social understanding. Okay, now next is rationalism. So what is rationalism? Rationalism is means concepts and knowledge gained independently through our sense experience. That is, this is a logical approach. Okay, practical approach means whatever experiments we have done in our life, whatever experiences we have gathered from various situations, that at that time we set some assumptions, we set some perceptions. So that is rationalism. Okay. After that, empiricist, sensory experience is sensory experience. It depends on sensory experience. Okay, ultimate source of all our concepts and knowledge. Means through senses we can experience all the things. Existentialism, that means individual existence, freedom and choice. This focuses on individual existence, freedom and choice. After that, behaviorism. In that there are subpoints. First of all, let's understand what is behaviorism. Learner is a passive organism who may be conditioned to learn new behavior. Okay. So why behaviorism? The learner always learns new behavior. Okay, because he like to learn new things. So this is explained by change in observable behavior. E.L. Thorndike, law of exercise and law of effect. These laws are given by E.L. Thorndike. Okay, so what is meant by law of exercise? So repeating the conditioned responses. Okay, so that's stimulus and response creates the strong bond with each other. Okay, we always say that practice makes man perfect, like that. After that, second one is law of effect. What is law of effect? Principle of reinforcement and punishment. That means pleasure and pain. Okay, if you do good things, then you will get reward, reinforcement, that you should repeat this activity and you will get the pleasure. But if you do bad things, you will get punishment and you will get pain as well with the same. Okay, so this decides our future behavior. After that, Gestalt psychology. What does this mean? This means that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. For example, a car. Okay, a car is made up of different parts, but when we see the particular car, we like that car rather than its parts. Okay, so the whole is better than its parts. Okay, so different parts creates the particular creation. And this Gestalt psychology also considers the perception. That means complex learning need not occur gradually through lengthy practice, but it can be developed through insights. And last one is eclectic philosophy. It is nothing but the fusion of knowledge from all sources. That means you are gathering the knowledge from different type of sources. Okay, different good ideas and principles you collect from different types of philosophies. Okay, which are of education, and every philosophy gives you some contribution. Okay, so if you study different types of philosophies, you will get the eclecticism. That means different type of knowledge and different type of perceptions. If we move towards forms of education, formal education is pre-planned and organized. That means we go to the school, learn there, gather knowledge and give exams and get evaluated. Okay, imparted through schools and colleges, as I say earlier. Informal education, this is independent and we need not require compulsorily the schools or any institute to gather the knowledge. Indirect and spontaneous, imparted through home, community, regular activities. Whatever the child learn through his surrounding, that is informal. That this is indirect. This is direct. Non-formal, that means flexible and open system, and imparted through conscious and deliberate efforts. That means if you want to learn any particular skill, then you get admission for that particular course or whatever college or school, and you take efforts to learn particular skill. After that, there are three basic teaching models: pedagogy, andragogy and heutagogy. Okay, so what does the pedagogy means? This is preparation. You have to prepare yourself for teaching. You have to present in the classroom. You have to associate with the students. You have to generalize your concepts and teaching. You have to apply those teaching in your life and as well as encourage the students to apply the same. And it is also known as engagement because it is active participation of the students. Now after that, self-directed learner, that means here the participation of student is more than pedagogy. Interpretation through discovery, that means there is a practical teaching given to the student. Self evaluation, that means student learns to self evaluate that what he has done good, what he has done wrong. Adult learning, and this is also known as cultivation. Student cultivates his knowledge through different sources. And last one is heutagogy, self determined learning, like for example those are the researchers who are doing any research on particular topic, or so this is known as self determined learning and heutagogy. This is highly autonomous learner. Okay, they all need not always to be dependent on anyone. Okay, they can do their study independently. Double loop learning and called realization, he will realize about particular principle, about particular knowledge he has gathered and about particular thing, that whatever he have learned from his study, what he has experienced or what he has learned or realized. Okay, so that's all for today. In this session we have covered approaches in education sector, forms of education and basic teaching model. In next video we will cover further part of the teaching aptitude, and till then stay tuned to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day ahead.